I'm Darren Dance here with Peter Morganti on this fine Friday, and the good news, Pete, is we are back racing today after a bit of a scare during the week with a couple of jockeys.
Yeah, obviously for the ones that are unaware, or most will be aware, Mark Zara was on a flight with someone that had the coronavirus, and look, full credit to Mark, he was advised racing had to stop until he was tested, and I think it was you, Bowman, and someone else in Sydney that were on the same flight, and all trials or any areas that Mark had contact with just had to pull up stumps for, well, I don't think it was 48 hours, it was more like 36, it felt like 6 days. The green light come through about 10 o'clock last night, and thankfully racing's back and going.
For now.
I just was speaking to Liz, if this had happened last week, what happened this week, I don't know whether we would have got going. I think the fact that we've had a week to show that the protocols in place have worked, and the government, has seen that it's worked, and obviously the medical gurus that are advising the government are probably confident that everything racing are doing or trying to implement has been successful, and everyone's having a red-hot crack at trying to keep the industry going.
Well, it is a sport behind closed doors at the moment, isn't it? There's no contact as such.
We're outdoors, sort of.
Outdoors, there's probably only, 200 at the race at any one time. As soon as your horse is done, you've got to go home.
Well, and 200 might be the max, because, you're out of there half an hour after your race. So,
yep.
And, the three racing codes are all practicing similar things, and all are, strong at the moment.
Well, it'll be interesting because it's pretty much been shut down around the world, hasn't it? England, Ireland, France, New Zealand. So
I think because we are an island and we've got no other, our horses are just going to race in our states is another thing. We're not going to be travelling in a state with our horses. It gives us every chance to race on for a little bit longer. Who knows what the future holds?
Well, I guess it depends on how that graph keeps going, and at the moment it looks like it's going straight up like a rocket.
Yeah, it's a hard one, isn't it?
No. We don't need it. Anyway, we'll make the best of it, and at this stage we're racing this weekend, where we've got 3 runners, I think, this weekend, and where do we start?
5 runners.
Well, we're going to go back through last week's results, aren't we?
Yeah, we'll go back to Rose Hill. Last Saturday we had Yogi. It didn't work out the way we'd like. It was always probably 24 was going to be an issue when he was set for a 2-mile race, not 10 days earlier, but Craig Williams' comments were that he just didn't like that drying slow track, if that makes sense, as opposed to a slow track when it's rained on the day.
Yeah, not many horses made ground all day. No. He did say he didn't really like the going, never really got his action. When a track's wet and it dries out, it gets a bit sticky.
Yeah.
And we've seen it with a lot of horses over the years. It's probably the worst sort of track to race on, isn't it? Where it's sticky. A lot of horses just don't go in it,
I think
especially backmarkers.
We had it with him one other time on a track similar.
We've had a few horses over the years, I think. So anyway, look, we give him the benefit of the doubt. We'll just give him the benefit of the doubt for now, and we'll look at maybe the chairman's in a couple of weeks, and maybe as a rising 8-year-old, the retirement paddock's not far off for Yogi, but hopefully he runs well in the chairman. His work's been fine, but he needs to do it on the racetrack.
Yeah, you've got to be realistic when you assess these horses, and as you said, he's not spring chicken anymore. Tuesday we had 2 runners. Rove de Fay led up, weakened, first time out beyond a mile. Just missed the start and had to work to get to the front and told late, finished 7th.
Yeah, Brad Rowe, the horse, said he never really felt comfortable on the track. They'd cored that track. They cored that track and filled it with sand or dirt or whatever they do, but he just said he never felt any good on that surface. Probably didn't run the 1700, but a couple of other trainers said to me their horses didn't really go any good there either on the day, but anyway, we'll drive him back to a mile in 3 weeks and see what he can do, but he's been in great form.
Whitemore, after a couple of hiccups, obviously the meeting called off. He had his first start this prep. Things didn't really go to plan. We didn't expect him to win. I don't think it worked out ideally in the race. He was wide. And anyway,
terrible ride.
Yeah, it just didn't work.
Terrible ride. Hey,
well,
shocking ride.
I don't know what you're meant to do. You draw that at Barry, you're going to cop that.
God. 3 wide punch in the breeze first up. Talk about give a horse a gut buster. Anyway, that's what happens in apprentice races, Pete. That's why they're apprentices.
You pop them in there unless you get a fluke run up the fence like the winner. How good was that? Didn't the heavens open up there?
Yeah, so anyway, look,
Yeah.
we just got to say that was his first up run.
He's copped 1.5 runs in one, maybe.
And unlikely he'll ever be ridden like that again as long as he lives.
Georgina Cartwright.
I wouldn't have named it, but
Well, about Hoss.
you're
Hoss
onto it.
Cartwright.
You're onto it.
Crackerjack Lady at Sandown. She went in there with all her gridiron gear on because she needed it. Look, she was a little slow away, but I think it worked out well early in the run. She
was following the favourite.
Yeah, and
then someone decided to give her a nice old hip and shoulder.
her own.
Campbell Ruella, was it?
Yeah, he got severely reprimanded.
Should have got suspended.
Well,
She's roaring green.
she was her own enemy early, but then she was coming to the outside of that thing, and then she was actually taken out of screen. Couldn't see her.
Well, when the jockey bumps the horse and looks around, you know they're guilty straight away. But
Little head-on shot.
must have hit hard.
Yeah.
She did go sideways.
Little head-on shot showed late.
I hate seeing it
as well.
with young horses because I reckon they lose their confidence. But anyway, look, they were happy enough with the run, all things considered.
Yeah.
I think the owners were shattered.
We did tell them just to pull back on the
We
punt.
knew we couldn't win
Yeah.
anyway because we thought the other one of Mars would be winning, but it didn't win either.
Well, to be fair, we probably should have nearly finished
In
level
front
with
of
it.
Yeah. But look, we'll step her out over ground, and you'd think over 17 or 1800,
Speaking of
providing she doesn't get knocked sideways, she'll be right in the money.
Dave. Yep. And then obviously that was one of 2 races that were held at Sandown, and the Mark Zara
Oh, that's
scenario
right. Race
kicked
3
in.
went off
Yeah, so we didn't have any more racing Wednesday, and we missed out
yesterday.
with 3 runners yesterday. Captain Harry, Lord Lennox, and La Pietra couldn't.
Been waiting ages for those 3. They were all resuming, weren't they?
They're all resuming, and
So none of them could win anyway.
No, so
But we just missed out on that warm-up run. And I guess the other problem is at the moment, Pete, is there's not that many trials going on.
no,
So
you can only trial in your centre.
it's going to make it really hard to get some of these horses to the races. But anyway, we'll push on. So
So
today,
they didn't run, and Penthouse Playboy,
he was down to run at Warrnambool, but he was scratched, not right.
due to lameness. It's
He-
not the issues with his
Feet.
feet, but looks like it could be an offsetting issue if people aren't understanding what that is. It just they tend to favour what do you call it, the injured side, and puts pressure on. When they're 550 kilos, they don't have to offset too much, and other little issues can pop up. But
Anyway, he's under the microscope,
Yep.
and we'll be in touch with the owners next week when we get to the bottom of it and see what his future holds.
upcoming runners,
Well, we do have some.
we've got some nice runners, nice horses.
So I'm not going to get too carried away,
no.
Pete. I'm not really going to look past Saturday
Sunday morning for a start.
because I don't know what's going to happen.
Well,
When the old footy players and coaches used to say we're taking it 1 week at a time and 1 game at a time, we used to all laugh, didn't we?
I think we understand it now.
Now we're going 1 day at a time, one race at a time.
Probably 1 hour at a time.
So anyway,
The 1 race at a time was correct on Wednesday.
Let's hope we can get through Saturday. It is a big day up there in Sydney and also Bendigo. It's
Yep.
their big day, standalone meeting.
We'll head to Rosehill.
Right?
We'll pretend we've flown up.
Yes.
Southern France is in the Group 1 Tancred,
Yep.
over 1.5 miles or
Second up.
2,400 metres. Tommy Marquand,
You're a bit of a rat for this bloke, ain't you?
jockey not many would have heard of, but by hell he can ride.
You like him, don't
I
you?
like him.
You're a
Yeah, fan of him.
You've obviously cleaned up on him.
No, I haven't. No, I watched. Well, while we were isolated last weekend, I did watch a couple of his rides on.
How's your phone account going? Getting a smash on?
No, can't smash it when you can't put nothing in it.
I reckon there'd be a lot of phone accounts getting smashed around the country.
I've been going from one corporate to another, thinking which one. It's a bit like the old
Bonus
paper.
bets?
Just now trying to find out where I can get some advantages.
Get some free bets.
Doesn't
or
matter
better
when
odds.
you're losing.
How many accounts have you got, Peter? 15?
No, just the 3.
3?
I'll use Ladbrokes because obviously.
Nah, I give them the flick.
Yeah, not happy with them. Neds,
Neds? Nah, I haven't got Neds.
and I've just got the normal tab one.
I had a bet easy, but I deleted the app.
Yeah,
Deleted Ladbrokes. I'm a TAB man. I want the money to go back in the industry.
I want to delete the bank account that's connected to it. More like it.
Well, I haven't put any. I must admit, I haven't had. I can't remember the last time I had a bet, Pete.
No, I had a bit.
And
last
normally, when you can't remember the last time you had a bet, was because you didn't win.
I'll tell you, the last winning bet I had, I can tell you, I actually backed Robbie's thing that won the 2-year-old at Mornington last week.
Glenn Fittich.
Yeah, and didn't it win well?
It did.
Turned around the
I agree with you. It
tables.
must be a good horse.
Rob's been doing a lot of hard work behind the scenes. You can't upset the
Well, I
man.
suppose people don't know. A lot of people wouldn't know that Robbie Griffiths is the head of the Australian Trainers Association.
Yep.
So,
Does a great job.
tell you what, he's been doing a bit of work there behind the scenes to keep racing going. So,
I interviewed Rob there in relation to a bit of both his horses and there was about a 3-day growth. So I'd say, I'd say that he's probably been
run out of shaving cream.
20 hours a day, Rob, at the moment. So
Run out of shaving cream.
must have, yeah.
He's got some new friends.
Who's that?
Daniel Andrews,
Oh,
Luca,
yeah.
what's his name? Giles Thompson.
We might better sell a few shares.
He's got all these
Daniel
new
Andrews.
friends. He's spending more time with them than his family.
He might be in Parliament soon, Rob.
Might be a good place for him.
Politician.
I can see him.
He's got the gift of the gab for a politician.
When
Rob.
they move a motion, you've got to put your hand up. You have to stand on the table.
Well, at least we can laugh. At least we can laugh in this situation.
We have to
need
laugh.
more mirth.
We need a bit of
I've been
laughter.
saying some stupid things on Facebook lately, but it's been taking everyone away from.
I heard a little thing that you said that was funny this week. The temperature was going up by 1 degree every day.
Oh yeah, don't.
Hey?
Yeah, that.
And then you realise they weren't the temperatures. They were actually the dates: the 23rd, 24th, 25th, 26th.
I was trying to work out what kind of day it was. This is going back.
I want to get your
Sunday.
IQ tested. It could be a new level.
I was trying to work out, would it be a good day on Saturday, maybe for a small gathering while our
Small.
horses run? And I thought, gee, it's going to be 28 or 29 or whatever the date is tomorrow.
Oh.
And then I went through and said to Beck, look at this is amazing.
Temperature's going up 1 degree every day.
21, 22. I said, hold on. Because
That got a run on
made
Facebook.
Facebook, yeah.
Got a few responses.
And then I come back with a good one. Oh, this is a great time to marry Beck. Can only have 5 people at the wedding.
Is it 5 at the wedding or 5 at the funeral?
I think both, isn't it?
No,
Or
one,
wedding.
one might be 10.
Some could class both the same. So I thought, well, I've got Beck, myself and the celebrant, and I just opened house for people to comment why
2
they
kids?
No, they can stay away.
No kids?
No.
Well, there's about 18.
Facebook Live for the wedding.
Is that in there?
Yeah, I got some interesting responses.
You
to
could sell
people.
tickets, raffle tickets.
Well,
and then do a draw.
No, well, I did
Raise
ask,
money.
I asked for a tender. Someone submitted a slab and half a dozen bottles of scotch. They won.
Who was that?
Oh, our neighbour across the road, and they offered their backyard. So,
Oh, good. So is it going ahead?
No,
It's not going ahead.
well, not yet.
I don't
Liz
know. You want to live in
Liz
sin?
commented.
You want to live in sin?
Her comment was, "You got to remember it pays you."
Oh.
So that was almost blackmail.
Well, 1.5 loaves won't be enough. If Liz is there.
Yeah, I did say I'll get the bubbles ordered now. So anyway,
Could be a shortage on bubbles.
all out here at Manning Tree Park.
Yes, big shortage. All right, so...
Anyway, it took people's mind off.
Well, I think we were talking about Southern France. I don't know how we got onto all that.
He's $15, Darren.
He's overs, isn't he?
I think so. We've got an even money favourite that could pull its bloody head off in the
Hope
run.
it does.
Very elegant.
It's a bloody good horse, but it does a lot wrong. Hope it does a lot wrong.
Yeah, well,
Surely, we're a
well
chance.
Stable
There's
said,
only 9 in it,
Stable said they couldn't have him any fitter.
and he goes better on the Sydney League.
I think Mick D's reference to he couldn't find his right leg last run. We may
Yeah,
see
well, that was
that.
because he was running up bumps.
Well, we might see that he's just a natural on that leg.
Oh, well, let's hope he runs well. It's
His-
worth 800 grand.
His
to the
last
winner.
run before he come out here was their way going,
Yeah.
which was in the Orison Ledger. So, I mean, there was a couple of handy horses in front of him that day. If they were in this race, they wouldn't be $15.
No, it's amazing, isn't it? No respect.
Anyway, we want to see a result.
We want to see him win.
Bendigo,
What do I think?
what do you think?
Probably top 3.
Oh, I hope. Well,
I'd be
I
disappointed
hope
if he
so.
missed a place.
Yeah, so you can get
$3 a place.
just wouldn't it? Field of 9, $3 a place. Yep. $2 million race. What would that be?
Yeah, 870 the winner. I looked it up.
$870 for first, so about half that for second. Half that again for third.
It's good money.
Great money.
All right, what do we do then? We go to Bendigo.
Bendigo, we've got 2 runners,
Archie trains them both.
2 last start winners trained by Archie Alexander. We'll start off with
I agree with you. He never gets a horse to win twice in a row.
we'll start off with Write Your Name, because he is actually in race 2,
Right.
and it's the same class race as he won at Ballarat, just
Yep.
goes up 2 kilos. I think the top 12 horses, there's 2 kilos between from 61 to 59. So
Set
weights are irrelevant, really.
What barrier we get?
4.
Who
George
rides?
Charles, 1300. 4 goes at Bendigo for 2 wins in 2 seconds.
Do you think he can win? He's $4.20.
He's
I reckon he's
favourite.
short.
There's most of the, I don't know how they've been tipping, but the racing.com and RSN experts, loosely used, have tipped him.
There's 2 of him though.
There is 2 of him.
There's a good one that turns up and wins, and then there's the one that turns up and's gone at the 200.
Hopefully the good one, because of the spacing between races, which is the thing that I think Archie's got right, means that, because of the spacing, the good one turns up.
So what happens if the bad one turns up? What do we do then? Space him more? Run him every 6 months?
Every 2 months.
I'm not going to fall into him at 420. I hope he runs well. I hope he wins, but I couldn't fall into him at that price. I don't trust him.
Between the 2, I talking about a mischief in him, I would back him before her at the price, only because he's raced at that level and we've seen it.
Okay.
For that reason only. I'm not saying that she can't win, but I just from a pure punting point.
Well, I'm the opposite.
Oh, there's too many unknowns in her race. So we might as well go to her now. Madam Mischief in the Vobus Gold.
The 2-year-old race, it's of 250,000?
Of 250. I think with the top-ups with the bonus, you'll probably get 160 jump in.
That's ridiculous money, isn't it?
And it could.
That's ridiculous. It's too much. We don't need all that. You owners don't need it. You've already got 40 grand out of your first win. You're just being greedy now.
It's good money.
Hey?
It's great money.
All right.
A big field.
Barrier?
There's we're drawn 12, which look, it's
Who rides?
From a shoot. Neil Farley stays on. Knows her. Probably the only one that sat on her back.
Probably the only one can stay on her.
Apart from the girl that handles her, who rides her every now and then. But
so where will she be in the run?
well, this is the key because it is back to 1,000 from 11. Now, I think when we were 25 to 1 and she jumped and just, everyone was happy for her to float across, but she kept going. Now, I think there's pace inside or outside around her. Like, you're talking,
it's only one bend, isn't there?
Yeah, it's out of a chute,
yeah.
and it's probably only an elbow bend. Like
yeah, it is. It's like
severe.
Sandown.
Yeah, so that suits probably, if you're not going to cross, at least you can still be sitting outside the lead and be all right. But I don't know if she's that horse. The key is, when the pressure comes on, how do horses handle it? She wouldn't have known there was a horse in the race the other day.
Wow.
She's 4 lengths in front.
She drew 36. Was 9 lengths in front after I went 10 yards.
And that was the same.
Can't see how she won't lead.
That was a maiden.
Don't care if it's a Group 1.
This is like a listed race.
Don't care if it's a Group 1.
Well,
she'll lead them easy.
But that's my point.
None of them will have
She
any
has
speed.
to jump.
They won't have speed.
Oh, Jesus.
None of them have got speed.
The way they were talking this morning.
She's a turbocharged.
I hope she jumps because I reckon her best chance is to cross to the fence.
She'll cross easy. I haven't seen a horse jump and travel like that for a long time, and he wasn't even trying to travel. She just naturally went cha-chung.
Yeah, I don't know. And maidens,
she's like Bo Rogue.
I reckon you can do that.
Bo Rogue, she can just go.
There's no form come out.
Whether she can hang on, don't know. But gee,
I think that's the key when the pressure comes on, because at some stage at the 200, well, I hope
she might have been off the bid.
If she's 5 in front of the 200, they won't get near her.
No. Anyway, what price?
She's $10.
She's into 9. She was 15s. Did you take the 15s?
No.
No, I didn't either.
I can't back her. I couldn't back her last start either at 25s.
You told everyone else to, didn't you?
Oh, there's a few got on.
Yeah, so I think she's if that same
there's 4 divisions of this race. There's 7 first starters. There's a spruik on 2 of them.
Yep.
There's Blue Diamond form, and Mars got one of those, beaten 5 lengths by Tagaloa. Now,
yep.
You know, that's good form. And then you've got some bit of city form, like, you know, and that listed win of Alan Zara. So, I mean, to line them all up.
Is that 1,000 metre form?
Yeah, the 1,100, 1,000, 12. There's even the size produce winner in it of Terry O'Sullivan.
It goes all right.
1,400 back to 1,000, you can't. No?
Interesting. They're just chasing the money, mate.
Yeah, well.
They're just chasing the money.
Poor old
Probably not even suited. But they're just chasing it and hoping.
It's a Vobus horse.
I wouldn't. You couldn't back a horse.
Well, they haven't been able to trial in the country the last couple of weeks. Maybe they think, well, we might as well throw it in this as a trial.
Couldn't have a horse dropping back 400.
No, jeez.
Mate, it'll be at the 600. We'll be going over the line.
Well, you would think.
I reckon she's overs. Anyway, we'll see. She's a jet. She's exciting if she can do it.
Oh, 160 jumps in. That means they'd have 2 starts for 2 wins and 200,000.
I'd really think about retiring her after that. That's me.
Oh.
Someone's ringing.
Do you think it was me? Retired her. Do you reckon you'll get a bit of a slack from the owners?
I don't know, but it'll be an exciting email.
Well, I think
you're right.
Be writing from the other side of the world.
No, you can't. You're on lockdown.
Well, I'll go over. I'll stay there.
They know where to find you.
14 days later, I think there's a similar $1 million race.
Anyway, we can dream.
Anyway, let's get through. And good luck to everyone, because it is exciting times. And we didn't know yesterday whether we were ever going to get to the race. So let's hope we can have one more sleep. Sunday, we have 2 ends of the state. Sale with Angel Lass.
Yep.
And Street Baby at Hamilton. We'll talk about Angel Lass first. She has run 2 seconds, I think, the last 2 at Pakenham.
Yep.
Claiming with Canberra Willa. Now, Young Punch actually has been riding, but he had a fall, I think.
Yeah, he done his collarbone.
He was went down that hole at Cranbourne.
Yeah, done his collarbone.
So good luck to Nathan.
Like I said to Robbie yesterday, I still don't know why he's not riding.
Why?
Well, you ride with your arms and your legs. You don't ride with your collarbone.
Jesus.
Hey? Like,
poor bugger.
what's the problem?
Knowing these jocks that struggle to get a lot of rides, this horse will just come out and win, and he's not on, and he probably deserves a chance to be on. But
I actually said to Robbie, his collarbone a problem? Have you ever broken a collarbone?
Oh,
That's
no,
not that painful.
I haven't broken collarbone. I've done me whatever the other bloody thing is.
Heart muscle.
The AC joint or whatever it is, it's connected.
I don't reckon the collarbones are painful.
The jockey that's replacing him actually owes us after
He
Wednesday,
does.
Campbell
Yeah,
Rawilla.
well, I'm tipping he'll owe us 2 after Sunday.
Not a fan. Anyway, she gets her chance, and it's a fillies and mares benchmark 64.
Oh, yeah. She's got 57 and she's only little, so she's going to struggle on that big straight.
Did she win at Sale or Bairnsdale when she won one of her races? Might have been Sale. Don't know. Anyway, she gets a chance.
Mate, it was a long time ago.
So you're not sounding real confident there.
No.
What about Street Baby at Hamilton over 1100, drawn 10, Declan Bates?
Well, if it was any other track,
Yeah.
like if it was on a proper track, I'd say she's a massive chance. But for those that don't know, at Hamilton, you've got to run up that hill. Well, I don't know. They start at the top, probably, do they?
Yeah, it's
Just before the crest.
you've probably got to.
You got to come down the hill,
crest and then down it,
down the hill and around the corner,
then
and
balance up.
you sort of got to come down and get around and take off again up the hill. I don't know. It's not one
I
of
think
my favourite
Daniel's
tracks.
thinking that he might try and be a little bit more aggressive with her. Not
Yeah.
too aggressive.
What's he
but,
doing?
well,
Just
there was
let her
nothing.
run a normal race.
There was not aggressive with her, but just you don't want to be 10th on the corner at Hamilton. You might also be still,
Mate.
still in your box.
Look, whatever she does at Hamilton, I'm going to blame Hamilton.
If she wins, blame Hamilton.
Yeah,
There was a race at Swan Hill, but Daniel said he didn't know whether he'd get her to Swan Hill in one piece. She just doesn't travel that well.
Really?
Yeah.
Travelled fine, man. I took her to Warrnambool.
Oh,
What's wrong with those blokes? Don't know how to drive a truck.
well, 10-hour round trip might have been the
Nah, bugger that. This racetrack's close by.
Yeah.
Anyway, look, she's got ability. She was good first
Oh,
up.
great first up.
If it was any other normal track, I'd be pretty confident.
I did the form.
I can't be confident at Hamilton, Pete. I just can't.
I did the form. Lindsay Smith's probably got the danger,
Yeah.
and he's trying to win everywhere.
I just hate the way they go up and down the hill. A lot of horses don't like it, Pete. And I'll tell you something.
Seen it.
A lot of horses come out of there with issues behind. It's not good.
Bulldoze the track by the sounds.
Put some sheep on it.
Now, we're meant to have a meeting today, but that's the jumps have been all transferred to Warrnambool.
Are they?
The year-long staple
Oakbank
tracks.
off?
Now, it's not Corona, it's bloody
You got the 300-day cost.
300-day freaking cough. Yeah, Oakbank announced they're off.
Have they?
They are off.
They're off.
This
Shame.
morning. So
I was going to go.
that's an iconic jump meeting that now will
But they got no riders or no horses. Only got one good jumper over there, and David Wagner owns it. He's not happy.
Southern France David will do the job.
He's not
for it.
happy that his horse is not going to the Bondooser. He thought he was going to win it.
There's about 2 riders. No, I don't think there's any riders.
No riders
and
over there.
about 6 horses.
Well, they're going to have to bring them all to Victoria.
That meeting would house 50,000 people across the Easter when it was back
Back in the day, mate.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Because you had the Onga Paringa Cup, you had the Von Dusa, you had the Grand National Steeplechase, and probably another couple of hurdles, and
It was a great.
people would set up their tents for the 3 days.
It was iconic.
Now it's probably, I tell you, it'll nearly fall off the map altogether now.
I hope not, because I've never been. I want to go.
Well,
Can they just go one more year?
One more year.
Can they have the finale?
We'll take Penthouse Playboy over.
No, we won't. We'll take. Who we take? Southern France.
Oh, jeez. You can send that message to the owners.
I'll email it from your email.
Anyway, so that's our runners. We'll have nothing at Swan Hill.
Good.
We potentially could have La Pietra at Mornington.
Yep.
Factor Fable's 10 days away.
When's Mornington supposed to be?
Tuesday.
Oh, yeah.
Factor Fable's got a little joint issue or sprained her ankle.
Get rid of it.
Wednesday could be interesting.
Sandown?
Captain Harry, who missed last night,
Yep.
will go there, from what Mitch is saying.
He'll need it.
Here to Fox gets her chance.
We're trying to win a race in town.
It's a 1200.
Gets a chance.
Hasseltoft will be jointly nominated there.
Don't
at
use that
Pakenham.
word jointly.
Why is that?
Because you just said one had a joint.
No. Hasseltoft will be dual nominated
Thank you.
for both.
where?
Robbie did say Pakenham next Thursday.
Yeah, that was always the plan.
There's a 1300 metre at Sandown.
Is
the
it?
day before.
Don't get greedy.
Lord Lennox is the other one that's been on. So
Well, he's first up. He'll need it. He hasn't raced for a long time.
there's a bit that could happen in the middle of next week.
If we're still racing.
Exactly, because that's 5 days away. That's
a long
an
way away.
eternity.
Yeah.
Nothing else, Darren, because that covers all our runners.
No. That's all we know.
What's the best out of our 5?
Ooh, best out of our 5. I would say Madame Mischief.
Right.
She's my number 1 pick from southern France.
I'm right in name. No, they've split the diff between the other two. Oh, Street Baby will run well.
If it was any other track pick. If it was a Bendigo,
because
if it was a Bendigo,
there's a lot of horses there.
I'd be happy.
A lot of horses there that should be pulling milk carts in her race. So.
harsh.
Huh?
Harsh. You've changed a bit over the years.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I had a look. I went through the form and I couldn't find any.
No form.
The form was there, but it was sort of all ending in 0s and 8s and 9s.
Struggle Street. No, Pete, it's all good here. We're pretty quiet at the farm in terms of, there's no visitors, apart from you. And you've done a few photos and videos through the week for the owners that you've sent out, which has been good. And I think you're going to do a few more next
We'll
week.
pick a few more next week. Mucking around on the website, sort of.
Cleaning up the website, just a bit of maintenance work. And
That's all we can do, Dan.
yeah, well, we're just looking at our foals now that we've bred this year, what we're going to do with them. And we're going to be contacting the owners over the next week or two, just seeing what they want to do, who they want to train, some of these ones that won't be going to the sales. And we'll get that underway, and we'll just keep ticking along until we come through the other side of the big shadow that's over the world at the moment.
It is a big shadow. The Sydney sales are obviously going to be online.
Yeah, the Easter sale, which we've got one horse entered for, what they're calling round 1, will be online as a digital platform sale, and then they're planning to have another Easter sale in July. So you've got the option to go digital or wait for the July sale, assuming that we can have it, or go online, get passed in, and then go to July. But
Sort of two.
whether there's a July sale, I don't know. I don't know no one knows what's going to happen.
No.
Most of the other sales from Inglis have all been rescheduled to later in the year, hoping that the worst is over. If it ends up being online, it ends up being online. There's nothing we can do about it. And I'm not sure what Magic Man's are doing with their sales. Don't know whether they're developing an online platform or whether they're just going to pull the plug, Pete. I don't know. We haven't heard. So.
A lot of unknowns, Darren.
And even when we get down to the fact of the Melbourne Cup this year in 2020, whether there's going to be any international horses able to fly in, whether they're actually going to be fit if they haven't raced for 3 or 4 months, whether they're going to have any form to get their ratings up to get in the race. So maybe this Melbourne Cup's going to be a bit of a local event. We don't know. We don't know if the quarantine horses will be allowed to come in. So there's a lot of unknowns. We just don't know where we're going to be come the spring. We're not sure whether the international stands will be allowed to travel into Australia. It's not just so much them, it's the grooms that travel with them.
Yeah.
Whether these very valuable commodities they'll want to bring them halfway across the world, given what's going on. So the whole thing is up in the air, whilst we can pretty much trade now and we've got racing and we can pretty much go and get a coffee at the shop and drink it in our car, but we don't know what's in store.
No.
and in some ways it's probably best we don't. So
No.
yeah, we'll just take each day and week as it comes, and as long as we can operate and feed our horses and look after them, and you know, if racing continues, I see it as just a bonus, Pete. I just see racing as a bonus. It gives us something to do to watch on, you know, and enjoy, and the owners a chance to win some prize money and get some enjoyment out of their hobby. And if it does get shut down, well, you know, we're just going to have to grin and bear it.
Plus, you know, was it 25,000 participants alone?
Yep.
They're all, you know, getting a wage still.
Is that just in Victoria?
I think it's Victoria, because I
Yeah.
reckon it's
I think
200,000 across the 3 codes in Australia, which is a hell of a lot of.
Yeah, well, Tom who runs the farm here with us, actually said to me the other day just to go and get 40 or 50 litres of paint, because if they shut racing down, he's got a job for you here. Painting posts.
I've just seen someone painting posts the other day, you know. They
So
look nice and white.
Yeah, well, they were all cleaned. They've all been polished.
Oh, righto.
So, yeah, see those black ones out there? There's a few of them in there.
Yeah, I can't count that far.
Yeah, well, I put all them in, so I know exactly how many's there. 3,500, Pete.
3,500.
That's a lot of paint, Pete.
Bit of soft hands.
Yeah, I reckon your ankles and your knees will be gone by the end of it. But anyway, we've got to keep you employed, so I said to Tom, we'll find Pete some nice jobs if racing shuts down.
I might just go on holidays. Professional painter.
He's a real team player, this bloke.
Yeah.
Anyway, until next week, let's hope racing stays afloat. Good luck with your horses, good luck with your health, and we'll talk to you next week. I'm Darren Dance with Peter Morganti.